What's up, y'all? It's Mark Dub, alcoholic, grateful, doing a daily check-in after my amazing in-person home group GMG. Today was a speaker meeting. Great speaker, great chair. I just wanted to come in and check in with you guys. We had a great meeting today, man. Great meeting. A lot of great shares. I heard my higher power through these men in this room. We got a couple of guys counting days. We got a lot of guys, everybody's counting. Everyone's on day one. Let's just remember that. But the topic for today was change. And I was told when I got to recovery down in Florida and I was doing residential, the only thing you got to change is everything. And what really hit me is change isn't necessarily doing new things. It's pretty much chipping away at the old things that weren't working, right? So for me, I remember asking, how do I change? And they said, change what you're doing. I said, how do I do that? I remember the old time said, just shut up. Just shut up. Just be willing to try new things, right? Change. I take notes. I take a lot of notes. A lot of notes. I got this little black book here with a bunch of other books in it, and every day I take notes. And I write down things that I'm suggested, and people suggest, and I try them. And I've heard change or die, and that scares me because the way I was going, I was going to die. And I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to be the father I never had. And I'm still trying to question what a father does. I know providing, food, clothes, rent, all that stuff, but what does a father really do? Well, let me tell you, in the rooms that I've gone to, especially my in-person home group with all these men, I'm learning how to become a father. And that starts with loving myself, learning how to love myself. I think of the analogy when the airplane is crashing, they tell you to put your oxygen on first, because if you don't, you can't help nobody. So how can I be the best for anybody if I can't be the best for myself? And how do I become the best for myself? Well, that's the question. I think each day I wake up is a miracle. Each day I go to sleep. I go to sleep treated, sober. I wake up untreated, a raging alcohol, and I have to remind myself of those first 3 steps constantly, especially step 1. Most importantly, step 1, how my life was unmanageable. I am an alcoholic, and that's just the truth. I can't drink. To drink is to die, and I don't want to die, so I need to change. And today, I talked about it yesterday, I had the spiritual experience. I wouldn't be open-minded enough to have that spiritual experience because the way I used to be is I was a quick reactor. I react. I didn't think. I didn't pause, pray, process, and proceed. I just reacted like a pit bull that had a bad trainer that just always bites, right? I never blame the dog. I always blame the human. Just like myself, I don't blame nobody but myself. And I've learned now that in order for me to change, I need to give it up to my higher power. I need to just trust and believe in this process, which is starting to make sense to me. The more I think I know, the less I really do know. But the more I start to think I don't know, the more it starts making sense, if that makes sense. I know that my higher power knows what he has in plan for me. I don't know, but I'm cool with not knowing. Just like I'm cool not knowing what God is. I don't need to put a face on God. I don't need to have an answer for what God is. I just know that God is God, and God is good, and God is in all of us. And God, if you have a hard time with the word God, it's your higher power. Bill Wilson said it in Bill's Story, chapter 1, right? Why don't you try your own conception of God? Let it be the great outdoors, right? Let it be the group of drugs. Let it be good, orderly direction. Let it be the gift of desperation. Let it be gratitude over drama. Whatever you want the acronym to be, let it be. But just try your own conception. And when I think about that, my God is unconditional love, caring, compassionate, provides me what I can't provide when I need it, but also when I can provide it, he helps me to do it. As long as I give it up to my God. I have to give my will over. I have to change. I really work on this daily. I think of the Michelangelo, the statue, right? They asked, what's his name, Leonardo? Leonardo's his name? They asked him how he made Michelangelo, the statue, right? And he said all he did was chip away what didn't belong. Chip away what doesn't belong. Well, I know everything that I did that got me here, so let me just stop doing what I did and take suggestion. Let me be willing, honest, and open-minded. Let me learn from the elders, right? I don't need to be a bleeding deacon. I did a share on Tradition 2 yesterday because I'm doing the 90 and 90 right now, and that's when you do 90 meetings in 90 days. It's very important to do your first 90 and 90. Find an in-person home group or an online home group, whatever works for you. Find a home group, get a sponsor in 90 days. And go to the meetings every day for 90 days. Make it happen. Now my 90s and 90s, I don't have to go to a new meeting every day because I have a home group. And we do Traditions the last Thursday of the month. So it'll be coming up, right, this week, I believe. We work to 12 and 12. But there's a great meeting that I went to yesterday, and I popped in there in and out. It meets once a week on Tuesdays. It's called the Second Sandwich, just like in the book. There's a story about a guy who puts whiskey in a glass of milk and has the second sandwich and does it again. But they always talk about tradition. I'm like, why don't I go to this meeting? Instead of me searching for all these new meetings, why don't I just go to the meetings I know? I've done so many meetings. But I did the second tradition, and I'm learning. In order to get a good concept of the second edition, I have to be in the business meeting to see the bleeding deacon and the elder statesman, right? And then you learn, as I read the 12 and 12, what the secretary does, what the treasury does. I learn about trusted servants, I'm changing. I'm willing to learn. I had this fear of public speaking. I hated reading out loud, and it's slowly subsiding. I still get nervous from time to time when I speak, but then I say, thy will be done, not mine. And I give it up to God. God shares his message through me. I try to be the channel that leads to a message of strength, experience, and hope for you to get the message from me. And all I can do is share my experience, strength, and hope. And I've learned when I just tell my truth, it's so much easier than lying to everybody. Because I could lie just to lie to lie, like I could curse to curse to curse. I used to think I was cursed with the curse to curse, but I've been working on that, so I haven't been cursing as much. I was also suggested not to smoke on camera. I mean, I'll smoke when I want to smoke. I don't have to smoke when I make a video, especially if it triggers somebody, and I don't ever want to trigger somebody. And just like I don't want to discourage a newcomer from coming back, and I had that whole conversation yesterday about hate versus dislike. And that was huge. That was change right there. That's a perfect example of change. Today's topic, change, was amazing. And I keep hearing change. I'm just going to open my book real quick. There's a few things that were said in this group today, and I take my notes. One of them was, you never have to feel like this ever again. Right? That's powerful. I've been so drunk to the point where I had foxhole prayers. I never do this again. God, please let me get through this. And then I do it again. I wasn't willing to change. Now I'm changing, and I never have to feel like this again. It's so powerful. Another one was, the only thing I have to change is everything. And I talked about that a minute ago, right? Yep. And I identify a lot because, the type of drinker I was, I am a progressive alcoholic. If you think of like the heartbeat monitor, it goes doop, doop. It has ups, downs, ups, peaks, valleys, highs and lows. That's how it was, but it got worse and worse. And as I got closer to the end, it was getting higher and lower, and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, to the point where I hit my rock bottom on Father's Day. And the reason why my sobriety date is June 17, 2025 is because I was still drunk on the 16th. I mean, I went to treatment, I blew a 000. But I was drunk that morning of the 16th, so my sobriety date is the 17th. And God willing, if I keep working these steps and keep doing what I need to do, snitching on myself when I feel the urges, when I feel whole, I talked about that a lot the last few days. When I have the restless, irritable, and discontent, the rid, But I have these tools now because of these changes I've made. But not only that, I have tools that don't just sit in the box. I use them, right? There's a tool for everything. In this book right here, this is my big book. It's all the highlighters. I got highlighters, pens. I got tabs. That's my Bible right there. It's my manual. The first 164 pages. And I've changed to the point where I read. I used to hate reading. Give me books on tape, I'll not read. I still like audiobooks, don't get me wrong, especially when I'm driving. But I like to pick up the book, I like to read. I like to read On Awakening. I like to read Third Step Prayer. I like to read all the book, don't get me wrong. I like to read now. And the more I'm doing this, the stronger this is becoming. And it's true. You're never too old. It's never too late. One thing I would love, and I'm going to tell my son, is don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do it. Don't let, even me, don't let anybody ever tell you you can't do anything that you want to do. Just because they can't and they're going to try to put you down and say you can't, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Trust me when I say that. Anyway, I'm getting off the exit now. I just wanted to do this daily check-in. Today is March 25th, 2025. I got 9 months and... See, I get forgetful. I got just for today. I got 281 days consecutive clean and sober. 9 months and 8 days. If you had asked me 281 days ago if I would have 281 days on day 281, I would have said, yeah, right, never. But I'm willing to change. I'm willing to take suggestion. I'm willing to do the precise instructions found in the first 164 of the pages of the big book. I'm willing to not compare, but to identify. That was huge. That was a huge change. Always compare. I want to outdo your war story with my war story. That used to be the way. Now, no more. We all have war stories. What the big change is now is I trust God. That's a huge change. I used to dislike God. See what I did there? I used to dislike God. Because, hate is if God is love, hate is the devil, right? So, I'd go to say before yesterday, I used to hate God. And then, not even before yesterday, 281 days ago, I did not like God. When I got the treatment, I crossed it out, I even said the F-bomb one day, and F-G-O-D, and I've changed from that man. Every day I'm changing. Growth, Anyway, guys, it's your boy Mark W. I am a real alcoholic. I have to remind myself that every day. And all I can do is try to be better than the day before. I used to say when I was doing my health and fitness journey, I don't want to plug that company, but when I used to do that health and fitness company, I used to say daily action steps compounding over time. Well, if you take a positive daily action step and you do it 365 days, at the end of the year, you're 365 days better than when you started. Same thing with this program. It's just for the day, one day at a time, yes. And we only have today. Tomorrow's not given. The past is history, the future's a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why it's called the present, right? Well, I know what I'm going to do with my gift today. I got to go to PTSD therapy. I'm on my way there now. Stop by the house, drop off the few groceries I got from yesterday. I'm also going to do my parasite cleanse. That's coming up. I used to guinea pig trial myself on a lot of things when I was in the other company. I think I'm going to start doing those too. The mucoid plaque was a good one. The what was it? Ratfish, skatefish. Decalcified the pineal gland. It was oil. I think I'm gonna try that one again because I had some vivid dreams when I did that. But yeah, look forward to seeing some other things besides just all AA, right? Because my therapist said that too. I gotta think of a circle and a cross in it. You get 4 quadrants. My circle is my whole recovery. Anything I put before my recovery, I will lose, and I know that. But I need to have balance. So I have AA in one quadrant, I have family in one quadrant, I have work in one quadrant, and I have me. And me, what do I do for me? I love fishing. I haven't been. I gotta go renew my license too. That reminds me. But what else can I do? I can do what I like to do. That's not AA. I was doing things that I like to do that are AA, but what do I like to do, right? See, this is all suggestive, and these are changes that I'm making. So back to the topic for today is change. There's a guy in my group, and I'll never forget this, man. The first time I ever went to a Saturday morning GMG group, it was a beginner's meeting, and he said, change or die. And he pulled up his sleeve and he has his tattoo, change or die. And I've come a long way since then. But I've been going every single day. You know, they tell you, let us love you until you love yourself. I didn't love myself, but now I do. I truly love myself. Man, that's powerful. And I end all my shares every single day. And I'm working on it because some days I do not like people because I'm a human being, but you know, I dislike them. But I say, and I'm gonna say it now, if nobody told you this today, let me be the first one to tell you, I love you. And you need to know, you need to know that you're loved by somebody. If you can't love yourself, let us love you until you can love yourself. Let me love you until you can love yourself, because somebody did that for me and I want to give that back to you. That's truly a gift. Truly a gift to love yourself. So with that being said, it's your boy Marked Up. I am an alcoholic. I am changing. Each day I want to be a little better than the day before. And I'll continue doing this because this helps me more than you could ever imagine. And I will continue to take suggestions. I will continue to implement. I will continue to say I don't know when I don't know. I'll continue to ask for help when I need help. But not only will I just ask for help, I'll accept the help too. And that I could never do. So that's a big change right there. Guys, girls, people all around the world, whoever's seeing this, if you're watching this right now, thank you. I got more out of this than you'll ever know. I have our service commitment at Arms Acres tonight, and I just wanted to plug Arms Acres, you know, trying their best to help as many people as they can too. With that being said, it's your boy Marked Up. I love every single one of you, especially you watching this right now.